What's up, everyone? Welcome to the BumCast. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, the Southside bum, and Dougie Freshness. And this might be one of the angriest podcasts we ever done before because I am still on edge from yesterday. Not a good day, not a good night. I am not happy, gents.
I don't think any of us are. Dougie, look at you. You look pissed.
I slept like shit. My coffee tastes like shit. Everything was shitty today. Weather was shit. Attitude was shit. Team is shit. Everything's shit.
I forgot to pour a whiskey. That's like the first time in 205 episodes that I did not pour a whiskey before the podcast. So talk amongst yourself. I got to figure stuff out.
Yes, you got an easy reach from right behind you. Just got to do a quick reach around.
Hey, wouldn't be my first time.
Yeah, it's guys. We'll try to make the best of this. I got my stress ball here. Trying to keep the blood pressure down. Ooh, that's a good pour, Peter. Nice shout out that. But we'll try to entertain everyone, make everyone laugh, vent, whatever. Vent in the comments because it's going to be a lot of Matt Eberflus is a fucking loser talk. Because he is
loser.
Yes, big ass fucking loser. But before we get to that, we got a real quick super chat from Drew Bogues. Tough loss, gents. Thought of y'all after the game. Remember the night is dark as just before it. No, it's not. We're perpetual darkness. We are fucking like on the tip. We're like on the tip of the fucking North Pole where you get like 30 minutes of sunlight a day. That's where we're at right now. We're in Pluto. Where the sun the sun is just a little speck. That's us right now. There's no
seasonal depression is a real thing, and Bears fans ain't seeing no sunlight right now.
Yeah. All right, so let's try to get to at least some happy vibes. How was everyone's weekend? Because I know before we talk Bears, I think some of us want to vent about the bullshit that happened Friday night. I do. I do.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a good place to start. We did the Bums Happy Hour. Very excited about the possibilities of a Tyson-Paul fight. We went into it saying we knew it was going to be a spectacle. We knew it was going to be, more of an exhibition than anything. But I don't think we all expected what would you call that? Shit show, right?
It's a shit show. Absolute fucking shit show. I mean, my TV is hardwired to the internet. I have a Cat 6 cable that runs from my wireless router to the TV. And I pay $80 a month for Comcast for their gigabyte internet service. Now, granted, I know that's just a marketing gimmick because your speed varies on where you actually live, is like from like their hubs or whatever. So you're not really getting your true download speeds. But I've never had an issue with streaming before. You know, I had the 2 TV set up, wireless. I've never had any issues before. That thing buffered like a motherfucker to the point where I had to keep on reinstalling the app and going back in and out. Then it would start over from the beginning, and then you're trying to fast forward or go to watch live, and then it's super fucking. It's like it's not even in 480. It's like in 240. It's like CRT television pixelation, like almost like AOL dial. It was like I think 56K modems would have been faster than that shit that happened on Friday. Horrendous. Bum of the week. First bum of the week is Netflix for that.
Yeah, I think one of us during the thing, and I don't think it was me, but one of us, the only expectation that we had was that it was at least a watchable fight. It wasn't even a fucking watchable fight.
It wasn't watchable.
You couldn't even watch it. Yeah, it was brutal. And I started thinking to myself, I'm like, and that's why I had the tweet out there. I'm like, somehow Jerry Reinsdorf is behind this because his antenna works better than that fucking stream. It was terrible.
It was CHSN vibes for sure.
Yeah.
I made the joke. It was Joey P. Telemundo Internet. Notice I mentioned not Johnny's Telemundo Internet. I think Joey P. has now been designated the bad internet bum.
Johnny, you graduated from Telemundo.
Congratulations to Johnny. I can see Johnny
you got
on HD
Univision
right now.
You got Univision internet now.
For those listening to on the podcast, Johnny is in full HD. Beautiful mustache and all. Yeah. But yeah, Yumper's saying it didn't work on my hardwired smart TV. I have my TV hardwired as well. It did not work on that, but it was working on my tablet, my iPad. So make sense of that what you will. You can't make sense of it, but at least I was able to watch it. Now, was it good? No, I don't think it was good. It was a joke of a fight, but that was to be expected. At least I was able to watch it. I know people were pissed about not.
No, I had to go find a bootleg stream. I had to go get a bootleg stream for a service that I pay $22.99 a month for. I pay for the fucking 4K package. So it's I don't know if it's the highest one, but it's one of the highest. So I pay for the 4K package, and I had to go get a bootleg stream. Just Google, like, I think it was like give me MMA streams or something, which I don't think works anymore. But I found some crack streams, and then like that worked until a certain point where even the bootleg stream started buffering.
Yeah. Dude, I think there was 6 million people watched it on Antonio Brown's Twitter feed. So a lot of people were watching it on Antonio Brown's Twitter, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Did he get shut down or something? Like he got like a cease and desist or something?
Yeah, it got shut down like midway through the fight.
Yeah.
You know what would be worse is that, I mean, it was entertaining. There was a little bit of a hype to it. We kind of know pretty much what the outcome was going to be. But did you see the commercials? I mean, I'm sure that that what they're advertising for Christmas with those 2 football games on Netflix.
Yeah. That's the first thing Julie said.
And that's the thing is that imagine, there was a bunch of people that are upset for this. Imagine if this was a football game going on, you would see people just going absolutely shit. I wonder if this was possibly a test run for them. So that way they've had stuff live before, but I think this was a little bit more of a audience that people wanted to watch this fight. And I think this was a little bit of buildup for their testing servers or something, because if this were to happen on Christmas, you would see everybody would go in apeshit, especially if your team's playing.
Yeah. Julie, if Netflix pulls this shit when the Steelers play the Chiefs on Christmas Day, Julie is going to storm the capital of Netflix like January 6th. I swear to God, she will go crazy. That's the first thing we thought of. I was like, I can't imagine them being this bad for the NFL. I think they're going to probably figure it out before that.
Yeah, but I actually agree with Johnny. I think that this was kind of like the test, but this test was supposed to happen July 20th, back in the day when the first fight was supposed to happen before he got sick. Would have gave them a hell of a lot more time than now to figure out their kinks. They've got about a month and some change to figure out the kinks, dude. And I don't have faith that they're going to be able to figure it out right now. And the other thing that I was thinking too, also, you imagine the family fights that it's going to start, because you're going to be with family and people are going to be talking mad shit about your internet, thinking it's your house, not just Netflix. And it's going to start some family battles big time.
Yeah, it is. You're talking like a boxing fight, which, okay, a lot of people, I think they said like what, 66 million, 68 million. There's probably going to be like triple that on Christmas Day when you have nothing else to do but watch television. Maybe.
I think it's going to be to tell you the truth, I think there's going to be a lot less people watching the NFL games than this fight, which is crazy to say that, more people will watch the fight. But this was a spectacle. Granted, Christmas Day, people are busy. A lot of people probably won't even know that it's on Netflix. They're going to be going to, the regular TV and not be able to find it. I wonder if it's going to be, like if the Bears play on Amazon Prime or something, it's still carried on local television for the local audience. I wonder if that's still the case for like, Kansas City and Pittsburgh.
Good question.
I would imagine.
Because otherwise, like I said, people will be rioting. And then Brewhan Luke makes a good point too. Monday Night Raw starts live in Netflix, so they got to figure shit out.
Yeah, but I think what's that going to be like 1 million people?
Yeah, 2 million.
It's about 2. Yeah, it's not what it used to be with the Monday Night Wars, where they used to average around like 7 to 8 million people on Monday night. So I don't think they'll have issues with that. Yeah,
halftime Beyonce show for that Christmas game, so people are just going to tune in for that.
So yeah, but I think I maybe saw a collective maybe 2-3 rounds at the most of that fight, because I got to one point where the stream was like, it was live during a round, and then like 10 seconds later it would cut back to like the round before.
Okay.
And then you would watch it and then it would go back live. It was like time jumping. It was fucking insane the way that the buffering was set up. So but I would catch up sometimes and it would be like already like an extra round behind. Then it finally froze on me like halfway through the fight. And then when I finally found another stream, a bootleg stream that worked, it was already like 8th round and they were all like hugging it out, and you're like, okay, well, there wasn't a knockout, obviously. The little bit I did see, like, Jake Paul was winning, because Tyson just, the age and his legs, and looks like he got gassed out a little bit. Like, rough watch.
I don't know, man. I'm watching all these like conspiracy videos and
There's
stuff
so
like
many
that,
of those,
and a lot of them are kind of making sense, man. And then you look at the contracts and shit like that, and the way that stuff was built out. Tyson would have lost money if he knocked him out in the first, And then there was this whole like he was biting his glove to remind himself not to hit hard and stuff. And I guess that there was
what was the conspiracy about that?
What about biting the glove?
No, about like why he was holding back, like why he would
have lost money in the contract. He would have lost more money if he knocks him out. It was built into the contract that they wanted the fight to go longer.
Yeah, I think the max payout that he would get is if it went to decision, but then it was like rounds 1 and 2 he would lose money, and then I think 3 he would lose a little bit less if he knocked him out. It was wild. It's just when you've got the promoter in the boxing match, shit's just it's messed up. I think it really. I think that this match hurt boxing a lot. I think it hurt a lot.
All these matches have hurt boxing.
Hold on.
But
I'm going to disagree. Go ahead, Dougie.
No. I was just going to say, coming off of the 2 matches before that, and then that. Like, that's how you end your show. Like, it for me as a I don't follow boxing that much. Like, those first 2 fights got me jacked up for the 3rd fight, and then it was a complete letdown. And like, now I have no desire to watch any more boxing anymore. I just don't.
Well, you got to pick and choose. We shouldn't be watching celebrity boxing, and that's the thing. If you're watching a Canelo fight, which is they're bordering on celebrity boxing too. But there's still good fights to be had. And I do want to give credit to the undercard. Yeah. As much as we want to give shit to Jake Paul and like that whole promotion, Logan Paul and all those guys, They set up an awesome undercard, and we
Mhm.
talked about it on the happy hour, and I had notes, and we didn't really get to talk about the two ladies fighting in the co-main event. That they headlined Madison Square Garden a couple years ago, and it was the first time they headlined, and they gave another awesome performance during Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably a net positive that 66 million people watched those two ladies fight.
Right.
And I think I saw somewhere that like that's the highest viewed women's sporting event ever now, because
Okay.
they were attached to Logan Paul and Mike Tyson.
Jake.
Plus the other fights were really good too. I think it's still a net positive for boxing, but they have to figure out how to make these main events more watchable or palatable.
Yeah, well, just don't fight senior citizens and
that's
fight
one,
actual
that's one of them.
boxers.
Yeah.
I will
But-
say though that boxing, kind of getting back to boxing as a whole, me and Peter, boxing used to be a huge thing. I think everywhere in the 90s, it was a big event on those Saturdays. You had fighters like the heavyweights, light heavyweights, bantamweights, like you had all these great fighters, and you probably would get a good fight every month or two. Now it's hard, man. They need to get more boxing. And yes, you're talking about the net and positives of this. This could be good for boxing if they can get more spotlight on some other fighters while they're having these little celebrity fighting. Maybe this might be a resurgence of boxing in a different way, so they could put a lot more people to fight, like Canelo, or I don't know if Triple G's like retired or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
he's retired.
yeah, but they need more people out there to continue getting boxing back to where it used to be. Because I love boxing. I put out there on Instagram and out in the world, boxing is not what it used to be. It's fallen apart a little bit for me, and I think a lot of people. There were some great fights back in the day, a lot of young fighters, and they just need to bring that up. They need to spotlight them, where it is going to become big fights and stuff like that. So, you might not know. Maybe this might be a good thing along the way. If they do more of these and they spotlight a lot of the younger fighters, would be like, hey, like I remember watching this and these two fighters are good, and they could put them into like a main, like, whatever bigger promotion out there, so that way boxing could get a little bit of that resurgence back. Because I just think it's dying to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
You got to build stars. You got to make stars.
Yeah,
It's almost like UFC back in the day, where once UFC caught wind of like how to build a Conor McGregor or an Anderson Silva, even like a Chuck Iceman Liddell back in the day. Like boxing has to do that. The problem with boxing is that there's not one like entity. It's just a bunch of different promotions trying to make stars of their own people.
Yeah.
Or Jake Paul trying to make stars of himself. They need like a Dana White figure, or like,
well, wasn't he
to make
supposed to be
one
like
big-
buying up WBC or something like that? Wasn't he in talks for that?
I think that's all gone. I think that's all gone with UFC getting sold to
TKO
and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to me, like boxing has gone like the opposite direction of what wrestling used to be. Like everybody's breaking up into like territories, not necessarily regions, but like like their own like little promotion, because they're realizing that the money's not in the actual boxing itself; it's being the promoter in staging the fights and everything. Getting back to that women's fight, they left it up to the judges, and the judges got it wrong, in my opinion. Like I
agree. Yeah.
I think that I hate that. I mean, that's what they always say: don't ever leave it up to the judges. But now, from what I'm understanding, and I didn't see the first fight, but they said that it was the same thing in the first fight. Like, so basically, the chick that is now 0-2 should have been 2-0, and it's like, how do you build a trilogy on somebody that's lost to you twice just because it was a good fight?
Yeah, I missed it. That's when my stream started going out, was like right in the beginning of the women's fight, and I was just like, all right, it's probably just a bunch of people logging on, like just, and then you're just okay. Once people get logged on and everything starts flowing, it'll be fine. And then it just snowballed and got worse from there. So I missed pretty much everything on that. So Netflix can go fuck themselves. I'm not. I almost was tempted to call and complain, be like, I want a fucking credit on my.
That's caring to a T, my man.
I was
complain.
I was almost ready to be like, I want a fucking credit. I had everyone over for dinner. We ordered food, and no one was able to watch it. Yeah. And I was very ready to drop I have the 1 million 10 million followers on Instagram.
Yes.
The crazy thing is that like not everyone was able to watch the actual fight, but all of America saw Mike Tyson's ass, which was unbelievable. It made for some choice memes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, what is he doing, man? Could you imagine being I mean, just imagine being like his homie and you're in the locker room with him and he's just like, this is just how I warm up, you know? Like, fuck, dude, like
when I'm getting that kind of money, Dougie, yeah. I'm gonna tell you what, you're gonna see my ass in a jock strap too.
I'm telling you,
ain't nobody got time for pants.
And if you don't think I'm gonna post that shit on the internet, you're dead wrong.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. We should probably
let's move on from the assless chaps right now.
You want to pay some bills and then we'll get into the Bears?
Yeah, let's pay some bills. We'll get into some Bears.
All right.
The original Chickies Beef and Banquet is a proud sponsor of the BumCast. Are you a fan of Chickies Panzerotti? These deep-fried Italian dough pockets are crispy on the outside and oh so pillowy gooey on the inside with that heavenly melted cheese. Trust us, it's an absolute game changer to your pizza night. Dine in, carry out, drive-through, or delivery. Chickies Beef is located at 4152 Roosevelt Road in Hillside, Illinois. And remember, when you're in there, tell them the bum sent you.
All right, guys. Let's try to get through this. 0-11. We are 0-11 against the Packers. We have not won since the bum Mitch Trubisky. I think
2018.
2018.
I checked today because I wanted to see, and I actually have it up. My daughter is 7 years old. She's in second grade. The Bears have won one game since she's been alive. My son Landon is also in school. He's never seen the Bears beat the Packers. It's been a long, tough 2-3 decades. I mean, since Favre.
It's
brutal.
I mean, yeah, you think about it, like, what were you doing in 2018? Like, shit. You know, it just seems like it's
making babies.
Yeah, 6 years ago. We haven't beat the. We should have won that game. They finally fired Shane Waldron, and we got pissed off because we didn't get a chance to talk about it. They fired him the next day instead of doing it on Monday when we could have been talking about Shane Waldron being fired. Thomas Brown, okay, Peter, you I think you nailed it perfectly after when you did your video post game. Enough with the fucking moral victories about that the play calling was better, the offense played better, all of that shit. In the end, we didn't get it fucking done. And once again, Matt Eberflus, coach scared. He didn't fucking do anything. I didn't realize that.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You can't let the comments distract you. That's a good one from Mofo, though.
Hey, you pull him up when I'm going about. Like, all I see is Clintus. Like, what about? Of course, I'm gonna get distracted. But yeah, he coached scared. You know, he had his stupid ass comments today about like, well, we didn't want to take the chance of fumbling or getting a penalty or losing yards and this and this. And yes, that also happens. But then that same fucking night, you saw J.K. Dobbins bust out for a 27-yard touchdown when they were playing for the field goal. And he could have easily like kneeled it at the 1 yard line. They could kick the field goal. And he's like, no, fuck it. I'm taking it in. You never know what's going to happen in football. Maybe you don't have to run it. If they stack the box, maybe you call a competent play that, you know, that counters stacking the box. But I will say that they should have won that game. They played better. But when you play the Packers, you cannot play scared. You have to fucking be aggressive, keep going for it, and just don't take anything for granted. Because, like, you know what also would have won that game? If we hit the 2-point conversion on our last touchdown drive.
Yeah,
that would have been it. But instead of they tried to throw a fade route in the corner of the end zone to Cole Kmet, and he didn't fucking get it. And so that's a bad play call right there too. but a lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas. In the end, score more points.
Yeah, I would rather go down being aggressive than, so I can't even blame him for, missing that 2 points, I would 100% be okay with, just absolutely laying your balls out there and then, owning it. That's it, man. Like it would just be like owning it. And when you look at the stats, and I saw a stat earlier today about the field goal percentage, just the difference between those couple of yards that they could have gotten. He was kicking 100% from 40 and under.
70 for 70. I had that stat.
Yeah.
70 for 70
70.
from inside of 40. So
Right.
knowing that stat, wouldn't you want to get a couple more yards? Because he said we're comfortable with a 46 or 45 yard field goal.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I would be more comfortable with a 100% success rate inside of 40.
Mm-hmm.
So his argument about a fumble and everything else, it's for the birds, man. Like
Right.
he's playing. I mean, he plays football. Or he calls football, talking about Matt Eberflus, like a pussy. He plays pussy ass brand of football. You think Dan Campbell would have settled for that field goal? You think, like, I was looking at that game, and you mentioned it, Jay, the J.K. Dobbins run and Jim Harbaugh and stuff. But just looking at that game and how those teams play football, Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow and stuff like that, you got to let it rip. You can't play scared. If you throw an interception, yeah, that sucks. But you move on and you keep throwing downfield. I'm going back to when we went to the Colts game and Matt Eberflus in his post-game press conference when Caleb Williams threw a contested ball to Roma Dunze, and it hit him in the hands and he dropped it. If you remember that, Matt Eberflus said, I'd rather him not throw that ball. A ball that someone caught or should have caught. He said, I'd rather him not.
It bounced off his hands. That's not Caleb's fault.
Pussy brand of football. And I talked about it in the pre-show rant, and he's just bringing this team down. That's all it is. Cool. You fired Shane Waldron, but there was a bigger problem, and you're too afraid to address it. And if you're going to address it at the end of the season, then what are we doing? It sucks.
Hey, he's too afraid to address it because it's him. He needs to look himself in the mirror.
No, now we got to talk about Kevin Warren and Ryan Poles not wanting to address it.
Yeah.
Well, Jason mentioned something about and you too, Peter, that it was a close game. It was, we fought hard, type of stuff like that. I bet George McCaskey right now is just kind of like, there's nothing wrong with this team. Like, we almost won that game. Look at they changed the offensive coordinator, and we're right there. We're almost there. Shucks. Yes, I will have a bad stern talk with him, but other than that, we'll be totally fine. Fuck you, man, because we're all tired of this shit. He's the most conservative coach, I think, in the NFL right now, or at least in the NFC North for sure. But we were talking about aggressiveness. You're aggressive trying to go for a 2-point conversion, but it seems like and the worst thing is that Caleb Williams was cooking down that final drive. He was cooking. They were all on cylinders. Okay. You had 35 seconds left. You had a timeout, and you still could have moved the ball at least 10 more yards, at least 20 more yards, maybe get a touchdown, but we would have been closer to the field goal than you were, and yes, was it tip? Was it blocked? Was there a push? Was there legal? All this stuff that was going on at the end, to me, like that, I would rather have them try as much as they could possibly can to get to that point. And if they did get it blocked in the 20-yard line, then at least we know that they fucking tried, and at least they did. They fucking just said, and not just said, Eberflus, just hands down, you know what? I don't want to cause a fumble. I don't want to cause an interception. I'm going to play conservative, and I'm just going to go for the safe route. And, we got a good kicker. So, I've seen him kick that field goal before. We have a good shot. We got no, dude, like, you keep on doing this. And this is the second time in the last, 4 weeks, that going back to that Washington game where you're just overthinking, or you're just out coaching yourself, or I don't know what the fuck, man, but you're not thinking, and you're screwing this team up. We could have easily been talking about a 6th seed in the playoffs. We could have been talking totally different. And the past couple of weeks we were talking about the Bears going to the playoffs. Now we're trying to get this coach fired, and rightfully so. His resume of getting fired, the list continues building up more and more as the weeks go by, because this was a winnable game, and this was a pretty good Packers game. I thought they were going to get blown out. I thought they were going to be like 55 to I thought it was going to be like 55-10 or something like that. But they held into that. That was a very entertaining game, and they held that own. And I got to give kudos to OC that came in off his first game. That offense looked a lot better than what it has in the past 3 weeks. I'm not saying that he's a saint, he's a savior, or anything like that, but I did like that they were moving the ball, a lot of more passes to Cole Kmet. Running game was pretty good. I love those blocks for.
He took more scrambles instead of holding on to the ball. He was running. He was scrambling,
and there was designed runs too.
And for once in my lifetime as a Bears fan, some of these screen passes were actually fucking working.
The one to DJ Moore
finally got it right. So I mean, there is a little bit of positive to this, but all the negative, everything, the stuff. I mean, Eberflus, he has to fucking go, man. I mean, we're regurgitating the same old shit over and over. I'm sorry, but like, if he's not gone, somebody else needs to be gone, either Poles or Warren or somebody, because there is fault to this hire of this organization, and I can't blame the players for this.
And I'll tell you what, like, this game hurt. This game hurt because it's the Packers, and because we all assumed. I did the pregame video where I thought it was going to be a blowout and it's going to be a bloodbath, but they were leading at halftime. They were leading in the fourth quarter. It builds you up. Like, what am I not gonna? We all knew the other shoe was gonna drop, but we're still fans. We're gonna want to beat the Packers, but in the long run, and I know we're pissed off. This is a good thing probably, because it does build that resume, like you said. If they would have beat the Packers, that's just something that George McCaskey's like, whoa, we finally beat the Packers, and maybe he's got this team, turning things around and the continuity and all of that stuff. But yeah, he's going to be gone. And the quote that pissed me off in the post game wasn't his explanation on why they didn't run any more plays. It was his whole, like, tough times don't last, but tough guys do.
Fucking Scott Hall.
The Scott Hall quote. The problem with that is
RIP.
There has been tough times. Mm-hmm. It's been tough since we've been a Bears fan. I was born in 1983. All I know is nothing but tough times. He's not going to last. He's going to go on and collect a paycheck next year when he's fired, and he's probably going to get another defensive coordinator job, because he is a good defensive coordinator. So he'll move on. But we're going to be here picking up the pieces of all the bullshit that was left behind because of him. So, like, the tough times are going to last longer because of him. He is the problem. And it's like, he doesn't get, he's taken accountability. He did the interview with Kaplan again today, and he says, like, it starts with me. But it's, that's all coach speak. That's all, like, regurgitated fodder. Like, play.
Well, no, sorry. I was going to say, like, you saw, like, his comments today, too. He kept on saying, we have to do this. We did that. Like, no, motherfucker, it's you. Look in the fucking mirror. Who's we? You fired fucking Shane Waldron. Okay? He's fired 8 coaches in 14 months. Who are these people? Who's we? You and Ryan Poles? Like, it's you, motherfucker. Look in the fucking mirror. Stop putting this we and thinking like the blame is an umbrella of shit. It's not. It's fucking you. And that's what pisses me off with his press conferences, that he started to take accountability, but he's still like pushing it off by saying it's always we. We didn't do this and we didn't execute, and we have to look at the film and we have to decide what we're gonna do different this time. No, it's you, motherfucker. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Johnny, you mentioned like this team should be 6-4 and they're 4-6 because of Matt Eberflus. I'm counting those two. Like, Caleb Williams has been up and down this year. I was looking at an next-gen stats. He's been above average or a top 5 quarterback in 3 games. He's been below average in the others. But, like, he's a rookie and it goes up and down. He put us in position to win both of those games, the Washington game and now this game. Mm-hmm. Caleb Williams should be 6-4, and he's 4-6 because of Matt Eberflus.
Yeah. the thing that fired me up the most was obviously we all saw the block punt and the leverage in the, like just absolutely burying the long snapper, which you cannot do.
He got
I will give him all the credit in the world. He was in the locker room taking questions about it, and he did not blame it at all. He was just like, I can't worry about that. I just got to do my job, and whatever it is. But when Eberflus says, I'm definitely going to be writing the league about this, nobody gives a fuck anymore about it.
Nothing.
Like what are you going to do? Win a war? Like a moral battle? Like, oh yeah, hey, they said that they should have called. You know what? After the game, what was he doing? He was standing there with that stupid look on his face, walking around. Dude, if that was me and I saw my guy getting nailed like that, and then I know it's a penalty, I am fucking screaming to no high hell. I am losing my mind in that play. Losing my fucking mind. And it goes back to like last year when he wasn't, getting his calls for fucking Fields, when Fields was getting his head ripped off. Standing up for your guys, man, it's a hell of a thing. You got to stand up for your guys. You got to yell for them. Sometimes you got to do that. And if he sees that they're already crowding him before that snap's going off, he should be screaming that. You
had a timeout. You still had a timeout that you didn't fucking use because you decided not to run the fucking football. So if you see that they're crowding it, call the fucking timeout.
Dude, you got to get in the ref's ear. You need to do it. You just got to do it.
You know what's another thing too, Dougie, that you mentioned? Having the players back.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the way that they were driving yesterday, Caleb was doing good. Everybody on that offense was clicking on all cylinders. To me, that showed that you also had no confidence in your players to move the ball as well too. And to me, as a player, and I'm looking at this, I'm just like, what the fuck? We were doing so well. I'm looking like we could have moved the ball. Everything was going for them, and he's not trusting us. He's not backing us up. Like, at least let us determine whether or not if we could do this or not. And he doesn't want to do it because he's just like, too conservative off of it. And that's the thing. Like, to me, if I was a player, I'd be like, fuck you. You don't have my back. You don't trust me to move everything. And they were doing everything all right. Not only in that game, but like let's going back to the Washington game too.
I think one of the things too that pissed me off, like watching that Sunday night game, like you saw J.K. Dobbins, what the Bears should have been doing. And then on top of that, because they had with the Hail Mary, Harbaugh called timeout right before the Hail Mary.
And he blitzed.
Yes.
Right.
Holy shit. Imagine what would happen if we had a competent fucking head coach who realized the basics of a fucking Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that anonymous GM from the NFC, anonymous NFC GM saying people are upset that they missed their chance at Harbaugh. Not the Bears, though. No, they're not pissed off about that because Kevin Warren and their egos aren't fucking allowing them to be upset about that. Maybe in the back of my mind, Ryan Poles is a little upset, but the higher ups, they're not upset about the fact that we missed out on Harbaugh.
Yeah. Dougie, you mentioned like him being in the ear of refs, or at least sticking up for your players. Mm-hmm. If you watch that game, that's all Matt LaFleur was doing. And he came out, he came up looking like a crybaby.
Absolutely.
But he was in the refs' ears the whole game saying, this is bullshit. Come on, all this stuff. Every time they show the sideline, he's yelling at somebody. And you can't tell me that in the long run, that doesn't play dividends, getting a call here or a call there from the officials, because that's the game all these coaches play. If you look at Belichick in like the NFL films videos and stuff like that, he's always in the refs' ears. He's always trying to do whatever he can, whether it's cheating or not, but he was doing stuff to try to win games. Meanwhile, Eberflus is doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, what's funny about that, and it's kind of ironic, is you remember the first episode of Hard Knocks, they're going over with Caleb all the referees and like, hey, you gotta like, this guy likes this, and this guy calls like this. So he's teaching Caleb, but he won't do any of the fucking shit that he's trying to teach. He doesn't fucking do any of that shit for the refs. So
he's a bad coach.
All right. I don't know. Maybe those refs helped Watson with a little questionable catch.
I thought that was a catch. I was pissed off that he challenged that. I understand it stopped the clock in the long run, and it was like taking a timeout to stop the clock. But you could have won. That's just another reason. We've talked about whoever's helping him with challenges are they're bottom 6, I think, in challenges the entire season. Like they just don't win challenges. I wanted to mention, just because we're talking Eberflus and we all saw it everywhere, but Jeff Bartlett had a really good tweet, so I wanted to just give him some credit and read it out. But he's 0-5 against your division rival, your biggest division rival, 2-11 in division games, 3-18 on the road, 5-17 in one-score games, and 14-30 as a head coach. All of these records would get you fired by any other franchise, and it's the truth. I mean, it's brutal. If he ends up, coaching the rest of the season, he might go down as a bottom 3 coach in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Buy this shirt.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com. No, leave it up. Leave it up for a little bit. Let's show the people what we got cooking.
Yeah, this is the reason why why Kevin Warren doesn't speak to the media unless it's about some stupid fucking new stadium project, which I don't think we talked about that or maybe we did, about their going to the fucking place south of McCormick.
The hospital.
The Reese. The Reese.
Yeah. I don't get what his play is now. So okay, so the Friends of the Park in the city isn't gonna fund your stadium right on the lakefront. So you own Arlington Heights, Arlington Track, but now you want to go to a place smaller with active railroad lines that the NFL already said you can't build a stadium on. Just more fucking incompetent people. Like, I thought Kevin Warren was going to be a guy. I thought he was going to be a game changer when they came in here. Guy with football experience. Cool. He's not going to be a bitch ass like Ted Phillips was. He's worse than Ted Phillips. I rather Ted Phillips would have had that. Ted Phillips would have shovels in the ground already, and we probably in Arlington.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? Remember Ted Phillips? No chance, dude. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe not shovels in the ground, but I don't think we put pussyfooting around between different locations.
The one thing you're spot on. There should be shovels in the ground somewhere. I don't care where it's at. Arlington. I mean, I do care where it's at. I want it to be Arlington, but there should be shovels in the ground by this point. But yeah, man, I don't think. I mean, unless he's picking out countertops and stools for the luxury suites, Kevin Warren don't know shit about anything.
Dude, nothing made me grin more today than seeing Northwestern flop out there all their pictures of what they're doing and what they got done and what they're oh my god, dude,
the render
dude,
it looks really nice.
It was a nice, college flex on two Chicago teams that are trying to build stadiums.
This is a great question. I mean, it sucks as a Chicago fan, but Drew Bogues has a good question. Who's worse, Eberflus, Grifol, or Jim Boylan?
If I had to power rank them by suckiness, I would say Grifol, Eberflus, Boylan.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, at this point, we're getting to Grifol's level with Eberflus too. 4-30. That's
the Bears he still gets a pass for the defense, but I mean Grifol was just all around.
You're right. No, you're right.
True, we're not fucking or burying any of them. We're killing all three.
No, yeah, we're killing all three. We're not FMKing this. That's a different segment for a different time.
Yeah. I thought we did it already for like a previous
last week.
Yeah, we did last
week.
Well, I know, but because I already said. Well, we did the owners though, not the coach.
Yeah, we did the owners, which gave Johnny a conniption.
All right, so wrapping up some Bears talk here. They got the Vikings next week. On the road.
No, at home.
Oh, they're at home. I thought that was. No, I thought they had three home games in a row. That was
3 home games in a row. They're not on the road on like
they were home against Arizona.
Yeah,
Arizona. They
were at Arizona.
No, they were at Arizona. That's why I started at 3.
I'm looking at the schedule right now.
Yeah. That's right. I was a watch party. Duh.
Yeah. Vikings at home, and I'm going to tell you something. The Vikings have come down to earth a little bit.
Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold again.
Sam Darnold is looking like the Sam Darnold we all knew. But Brian Flores, and this is something I talked about last year with Justin Fields. Brian Flores loves to blitz. All kinds of blitzes.
He's going to blitz the fuck out of that.
He blitzes more than anyone else in the league. And if he blitzes more to anyone else in the league, especially young quarterbacks. So I expect that. The only thing is, now that Caleb Williams was throwing the ball a second faster than yesterday than at any point. If Thomas Brown can get him to be able to exploit those blitzes, I think that is a good thing for the Bears because they have the weapons to be able to do that. He was getting the ball out to Mooney real fast. Even Keenan Allen.
Mooney.
More.
DJ Moore. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I know. That was fantasy brain.
PTSD.
Yeah. No, he was getting the ball out to DJ Moore, and they were getting DJ Moore involved early. That's going to be a chess match because there's no real game tape on Thomas Brown yet, except for this last game. If he could add a couple more wrinkles and he could exploit those blitzes, I think the Bears have a good shot of winning this game. If the O-line does not hold up to those blitzes, it could be a bloodbath. But I have a feeling this is going to be a good game for the Bears.
Okay. I hope you're right. I think the one thing that Thomas Brown needs to do is make sure he's got an extra tight end in there, extra, maybe two running backs, have Roshan and Swift back there for extra protect. Because if he's going to start throwing 5 or 6 on the line, they better counter that pretty quick. Oh, as you said, Peter, it's going to be a fucking long day, and our boy's going to get black and bruised.
Keep him healthy. That's all we want. All we want to do is keep him healthy, and at this point, see progress. That's all I care about anymore.
Yeah.
Beefloaf is asking for a search party for Montez Sweat. Didn't see him on Sunday. Dude, we expected a big season from Montez Sweat. The problem with that is he's getting double, triple teamed almost every play he's in there. They need to find some pass rushers ASAP. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen until the draft or free agency. I think the Andrew Billings injury really hurt their run game. Like they're struggling to stop the run now, which is something with Billings they were pretty decent at. I had to tweet out there, but the fact that Billings and Brisker were both hurt, you can feel those. You can feel that they're missing those people. Montez Sweat is still a game changer. They just need to add somebody to that line to help him out on the other side.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of wish that he made some kind of move on the trade deadline. You saw the Lions, they filled up, getting when they lost Aiden Hutchinson, they got Zadarius Smith. But I think he went down with an injury yesterday too. So I mean that kind of sucks for them. But I mean, at least I'd like to see him do something to get an extra guy on opposite of Montez. But maybe hopefully he made some moves. He just want to give up too much draft capital. But I mean, you're gonna have 3 top of the draft picks next year. So and it looks like so far ours is going to be more top half than bottom half.
They're at 14 still. They're sitting at 14.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shitty teams in the NFL. If you notice, if you're looking at the standings, there's a lot of 4 and 6, and like the fact that this team is this bad, but they're still drafting if the league or the season ended today, they're in 14th in draft position. Obviously, they're going to drop a couple more games coming up because they got a tough schedule. But we talked about it. I was thinking O-line heavy first 3 picks, but if you get 2 O-linemen and a defensive end, I mean, I think that's the move. Like any combination of the 3, like the first round and the 2 seconds, any combination of like 2 O-lines or O-line defense. Like I would say more 2 O-lines, 1 defensive, but no matter where you draft them, I think I just want best available at that point, but they need 2 O-lines top of the draft. I was looking at mock drafts later on Sunday night because I mean that's what you do when the Bears lose, and there is a lot of pass or edge rushers in the draft this year. So yeah, I mean 2 O linemen and a defensive end, that'd be awesome.
Yep. All right, let's get to wrap up the Bears talk. Get a quick super chat real quick. Gordo, cheers, boys. Doctor appointment tomorrow to finally schedule my surgery. I'll keep you updated. Cheers, Gordo. Hopefully, you get some good news on that front, but we'll all be praying for you as well. And
early bum of the week, Gordo. We told him no super chats until, we get them all situated. Appreciate the super chat, but no super chats, Gordo.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he got pissed that we didn't invite him to Goose Island. Like you shouldn't be drinking all that stuff, my man.
Did he hit you guys up?
Yeah. He was like, he goes, man, dude, you don't even tell a guy I could have picked you up and ticket. I was like, bro, it was $160 a ticket. He goes, all right, cool.
And you don't drink anyway, so I mean that. Right. We can talk a little Goose Island Day later on, but
I might as well get this up. We'll get this up right as we're talking to Gordo. But yeah, he's gonna get his surgery scheduled, and the Sadistic Penguins have their T-shirt up. We were wearing it during the happy hour. So, you could buy a T-shirt. You can Venmo Gordo. If you need the Zelle information, you could DM us. We'll give you his personal information, including mailing address. No, I'm just kidding. No mailing address. But anything you need to Zelle Gordo, we could hit you up and give you the information. But yeah, no more super chats, Gordo.
Yeah. All right. I guess the floor is open now, guys. Like, we didn't really have a prepared nonsense segment, so we're just gonna free ball it. We're gonna go free for all here. So Johnny, you said you wanted to start by talking pizza.
Yes. I saw a post out on Facebook. Which yes, I'm still on Facebook.
What are you doing?
No, hold on, wait. I go on there. I don't really post anything there anymore. I'm usually just, like I said, on Twitter and the other social Instagram. But
Blue Sky.
But yes, I saw this, and I saw this a couple times about Phil's Pizza. If you ever passing Phil's Pizza, I would assume that a lot of people have over going to the Sox games, because one of their biggest things is that they're the best pizza place in Bridgeport. I've lived around this area for almost in my entire life, and obviously RIP, the best place is no longer here, which was Lena's. Hands up to Sky on that one. But to me, they showed a picture on this Facebook book page where it's just nothing but Bridgeport people, and they said that the pizza that they got was burnt. I mean, it wasn't that good, and I've heard that from a lot of people. Now in all fairness, pizza doesn't always come as great, and you might have a burnt pizza, or you have this or that. It may not be the good, but for the most part, if you're ordering from a good place, you're not going to get a burnt pizza. It's always going to be good every single time. Anytime I order from Falco's, great all the time. I always have great pizza there. Punky's as well too. Oh, I've ordered from Punky's, very good pizza as well too. Phil's, I've ordered once in a while, and you have to pick it up. When it gets delivered, it sucks. So you have to go and pick it up. I think that's why I see a lot of people pick it up there anyways, because they know if you pick it up, it's a lot better if you pick it up versus it getting delivered, because something about it is a lot different when they deliver it. But I kind of agree. I feel like Phil's is a little overrated to me in Bridgeport. A lot of people agree, and I saw like a lot of the people on the group saying like, oh, they were all defending Phil's and stuff like that. Okay, I understand that Phil's been around for a long time in Bridgeport. That wasn't even the original location. The original location used to be, I think, on Halsted. But to me, I think it's just an okay pizza. I'm not saying I hate it.
Overrated?
I'm not saying. To me, I just feel a lot of people overrate that as the best pizza, including what Phil says. So, but yeah, I just don't think it's that good of a pizza,
Road Dog in the comments with the biggest indictment on Phil's you can have is that you can't even get RC in with a pizza anymore.
Yeah.
If anyone knows anything about Chicago pizza, you need that liter.
Yeah,
of
you
RC.
need that. Yes.
Is it even
goddamn
pizza
liter
at
of
that point?
cola?
That goddamn liter of cola. That's right, Farmer.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, that's my 2 cents off of Phil's, because I've seen that plenty of times, and even people that come around Sox games, I see, I got to go to Phil's to go get a pizza and stuff like that, and just like, you could get a lot more better pizza places around the area than Phil's. I'm just saying that right now. I just think that it's not. I think it's overhyped, and it's not the greatest of Bridgeport. I'm sorry.
I know you guys. I saw your tweet. You and Missy ordered Punkies on Friday.
Yes.
Is that your go-to now? Now, we said RIP Elena's and Phil's isn't that great. Is that your go-to now? Because I know our Uncle Pepe, lives in the area or lived in the area. I feel like they've been getting a lot of like La Cocos, although that's not in Bridgeport, correct?
Yes, that's it. That's a little bit further.
Because that was good.
Like, La Cocos is good. But it's not in the area. I think it's a little bit in Gage Park area. I don't know exactly what neighborhood it's in, but it's a little further there on Western. But I like Punkies. I'm a big fan of Punkies. They got really good pizza. They have really good fried ravioli as well too, and they got really good. I can't even think of the pastry. It's an Italian pastry too.
Cannolis.
Yes. They have really good cannolis over there as well too. I always order every time I go over there. So I do like Punkies a lot. I even like the Ballpark Pub Pizza as well too. They got a pizza over there as well too that I like. But yeah, I'm just with Phil's. It's not my thing, And some people, if they want to defend it, that's their opinion. But my opinion is, I think they're a little overrated.
Okay.
You know which one's really good?
The original Chickies Beef and Banquet is a proud sponsor of the BumCast. Are you a fan of Chickies Panzerotti? These deep-fried Italian dough pockets are crispy on the outside and oh so pillowy gooey on the inside with that heavenly melted cheese. Trust us, it's an absolute game changer to your pizza night. Dine in, carry out, drive-through, or delivery. Chickies Beef is located at 4152 Roosevelt Road in Hillside, Illinois. And remember, when you're in there, tell them the bum sent you.
They only pay for one ad a show, Peter. What are we doing here?
I mean, we got to treat our guys right. They're the ones paying. Where there's a lot of Phil's talk. I think Mailman Jax wants to talk about Lawrence's and the bums and MVBs. You guys are going to talk tacos soon. There's a lot of food talk, but there's only one people, paying the bill. So shout out Chickies.
We gotta get another food sponsor in here pretty soon.
Maybe not Phil's. I guess not Phil's.
No, not Phil's. Dougie, you sent me this. Let's talk about this next.
Yeah.
FanDuel, they are sucking the dicks of Bronny James because he's got potential. I feel like I see a Bronny James is the future or the truth or some kind of FanDuel suck dick post between any of the Jameses like once a week.
No, you know what this is? This is FanDuel taking shots at Dad because he's a DraftKings sponsor.
I love that.
It's petty. It's pettiness to the absolute max. The comments every time they do a Bronny post, kiss the chef. It's all directed towards
because FanDuel does a lot of the LeBron is the GOAT posts or like the LeBron versus MJ, shit, and they always side with LeBron. So I feel like to me this is just more of just maybe they're trying to get him to come over to FanDuel instead of DraftKings, but like. It seems like FanDuel sucks to James's dick a lot, and not my family. But
I was about to say, what are you not telling us about FanDuel? We're talking about sponsorship, Jason. Come on.
I hope your family can average more than 5 points a game in a G League game.
It's more than 5 points a game. I'm fucking 42 years old, man. Like I could chuck up stand there with a wide open three and chuck one up, and make more than 5 points a game.
29.
I can pass the ball.
HBIC, the Craig Hodges of the G League.
That's right. Put me in. I could put up more. Maybe, and you know what the best part is? Because I'm fucking old, fat, and out of shape. I could do his stat line in a third of those minutes per game. I got about 5-10 minutes in me max. That's all I need.
Oh shit.
Yeah, FanDuel sucks with their ads. All right, Dougie, you sent me this. We're gonna go with this one as well. Next, we're gonna do this one next.
All right. So now this one I wanted to get Johnny's opinion on. So I can't wrap my head around this. It's an artist who is like a comedian artist, and just kind of.
I don't know the thing. What is this? Carrot Top? I mean,
yeah,
Gallagher?
I guess. Yeah. So basically, he duct taped a banana to a canvas, and this thing's expected to go for $1.5 million at an auction. Yeah, and they replace the banana regularly, so it isn't even the same banana ever. So, Johnny, does this the question that I have for you, does this infuriate you as an artist, like seeing like stuff like that is literally something that any one of the other three of us could do, and this guy's getting fame off of this? Does that make you mad?
So to somebody who actually has had paintings in galleries before, yes. I mean, I've tried it. I've worked on Oh, there you go. That's like actually a painting that I did a long time ago.
$5 million.
Yeah.
This is 5 times better than a banana.
Yeah. But there's a lot that go into it, the details, especially a lot of stuff that I do, depending on what the painting is and whatnot. And to see stuff like this, and this is not the first time I've seen stuff like this that goes for like, I can't believe that they're selling it for yada yada like amount. It does piss me off because I'm like, that's not art. You're just taping a banana to a canvas. I don't know what it's actually taped to, but like that's not art. Like I don't know what and I know people will see like abstract art, they'll see surrealism, they'll see other stuff, and they're like, how do you find art in it? I mean, that more of a lot of the stuff back in the like the ages of like Salvador Dali and Jasper Johns and all that stuff, Jackson Pollock, that was considered art. And to me, just doing something like that, it's I don't know. It's like if Eberflus is doing art now and he's just like laughing at me. I don't know. I mean, and to me, yeah.
This pisses me off just because I could have thought of this and I didn't.
You're not an artist.
Not creative. But what if we just like copy it and use like electrical tape instead, or like Gorilla Tape, and just like do like a knockoff of this, and maybe instead of a banana we use like a plantain.
Nah, you got to go eggplant, baby.
Or egg. Okay, there you go.
Dougie, you're complaining about them swapping the bananas every so often. I think you had to do that. You don't want to deal. If you're paying $1 million for art, you don't want to deal with fruit flies.
Right. Oh, dude, I'm totally with you. But you know what, dude? They could have done something like what do they do? Like those like ceramic dippings and stuff like that of whatever to. Whatever, they could have done a lot of different things. But I will tell you, if anybody wants to pay me $1.5 million, I will change your banana on the reg.
Yeah, do you have to hire like a banana guy? Like, what's the job, sir? Well, every week you're gonna come in here and you're gonna tape a fresh banana to this wall.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a nice solid hundo every time you come in here and tape this banana.
Why not a cucumber? Or something, or a tomato.
Exactly. This is where you need to let your creative juices flow. I want you to like tape something, glue something, epoxy something, stucco something. Give us the next viral sensation. Like, give us the next masterpiece, and I hope you can get $1 million for it.
Yeah,
I hope so too.
The thing that cracked me up was the last sentence. As the original fruit is no longer available.
It's been eaten.
It has, yeah, right, dude. How funny would that be, dude? Just the guy that comes to swap it, takes it off the wall, and cracks that bitch open.
Yeah, can you imagine paying $1 million and some asshole just comes and eats the banana?
Yeah.
Or what if you ate it after you came home drunk one night? You're just like, oh, banana, and like forgetting that you paid $1 million for it. Like, shit.
That sounds like a Mr. Bean episode.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah. You know what, Johnny, you did, and we promoted it on the BumCast. But when you did have your art exhibit, and we all went, one of the cool things, because we're not art people. I mean, you are, but the rest of us don't know shit about this kind of stuff. I like the over-under game we were playing where we were asking, like, because everything's got a price when you're there, and like you could, and like some stuff is like, oh, this gigantic piece is like $250, and then this little thing, it was like a couple $1,000s. That's a good fun game. If you want to gamble with your friends, go to an art house and just start betting on what you think things cost.
Oh, that is a good idea.
I'll tell you.
and then-
Hold on, I'll tell you a real quick story. Everybody knows who Banksy is, right? The artist
Yep.
Banksy. Okay. I don't know if you ever heard about this in New York. He did like a residence there for over about a month. And there was one time he was playing with people where he was had all his canvases. It was his actual artwork. And he had all the canvases there, and there was some old man that was selling it, just kind of like a bunch of vendors in downtown. And there was a couple people that bought it. There was one guy from Chicago who bought 4 pieces, $50 a piece. When they found out that it was actually Banksy, it was an original Banksy artwork. Everything that he had, those 4 pieces that he bought for $50 each, is worth $250,000.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The video was like on YouTube, right? Like you can see it.
Yeah, you could see it. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
dope.
All right, Dougie, you got another one for us.
Yeah.
Last
I
one.
do.
Last one from the Doug man.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this hype. I know we were
that
talking
me?
about it earlier today. It is you.
That is.
It
Oh.
is you. Yeah.
Congratulations on your NL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Congratulations on Livy Dunn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So needless to say, or whatever, the Pirates really want this card. It's a 1-of-1 MLB debut patch, which every baseball player, when they have their MLB debut, that little patch that's in the center of the card is on their jersey. Well, Topps did this card with 88 different debuting like players this year. And so Pittsburgh really wants this card so they can show it in their, like, I don't know if they've got like a Hall of Fame area or something like that, or like kind of like a memorabilia area. I don't know. We'll find out when we go on the road trip. But yeah, so what they're offering is 2 season tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years. Okay. Which I was looking at the value of those, anywhere between $250 a ticket up to $800 a ticket. Now, if they are the $800 a ticket, did the quick math on the games, and that's about $3.8 million worth of tickets.
Damn.
So that they're there's going to be a softball game, which they will host for you to play a softball game on PNC Park with coaches from the Pirates and alumni. Spring training experience with like a whole like shebang thing. You actually get to meet him, get 2 autographed jerseys from him, take batting practice, and warm up with the team. Now, this is driving everybody wild. There are people on the internet that are just buying boxes and boxes of this just to try and get this thing. Okay. Now, obviously, there's only one. I've seen people pull some of the other ones. There was like a De La Cruz one that just got pulled the other day. Another awesome card. What would you guys do if you guys got this card? Do you just take the offer, or do you negotiate for something else? I think. Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'd take the offer because I mean, yeah,
Even
I
if
could
you're not
easily-
a Pirates fan,
Oh yeah, because I just sell those on StubHub for behind home plate.
that's a lot of work. You're going to be selling tickets every day for the next 30 years?
Well, you can put the whole. You only gotta do it once a year. You can just upload all your tickets at one. I'm sure if I was playing on Go and if the Sox were playing, I'd keep them for me. But I mean, once StubHub opens for the season or whatever people use, I think there's the other site's even better. I can't remember the name of it. SeatGeek. I think it's SeatGeek.
SeatGeek, I think.
Yeah, you can just upload all your games, like beginning of the season, and then it's only, if you think about it, it's 80 games. Okay, that's fine. I'll do it once a year, and I'll make some money off it.
That seems like a pain in the ass. So the fact is, like, they're both the Pirates and Topps, they've made this thing into something bigger, like fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, to the point where I think you could just sell it for as much value as like they're offering.
Mhm.
So I think I would just sell it unless I'm a Pirates fan. And if that's the case, then yeah, I would take all of this stuff.
Well, because
and
like if
call it
you
a
but you
day.
got to think about it this way in two ways. Number one, you got to Dougie. You said those premium seats were $800, right?
Yeah,
Behind home plate.
$250 to $800.
Okay.
There was
Okay, so let's just go on and say they're the 800 seats. Okay, that's now. You're talking 30 years plus inflation. That seat's going to be maybe
Yeah, but that's
1,000,
your
1,200 a
is,
seat now.
your argument is the same thing as winning the lottery. And do you want the lump sum now, or do you want to take it in payments? You don't know you're going to be alive in 30 years. You know,
So I'm going to cash in as quick as I can before.
that's
I
what I'm
croak.
saying. I'd rather have the money now. I'm selling it. You see all these, especially now, like the card breakers and all that stuff. People buy stupid stuff for a lot of money.
Mhm.
I'm sure you could sell this card for what the value of those tickets are.
So you would sell it to the Pirates. You wouldn't take the offer, but you'd be like, I want the value of all this stuff that you're okay. Gotcha.
Correct.
I want,
And sell it to a third party, a big time collector, some rich guy like Aloha Mr. Hand or something like that. There's going to be collectors wanting this card. It's one of one,
Yes.
and everyone's going crazy for it. So I think you could get the value if you strike now. If you find it this week and like sell it to somebody.
But this is also a good I told you guys like in the text too, this is really good marketing on Topps as well too, because you're going to get a lot of people who love baseball cards and especially collectors. If they see this is like how you mentioned the Willy Wonka of cards right now. Like everybody's going to try to look for it. And then when they do, they're going to be like, I got the ticket. But yeah, I think this is also a good thing on Topps too. The amount of money that they're going to make off of this as well too. The fact that it's only one of one.
Oh, they're gonna sell through those packs.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm sure they're all spoken for at this point.
Yeah,
the you can't order them online through their website anymore. They're sold out.
It's gonna be like some like bumfuck like 7-Eleven. Like is the winning card.
It literally is like Willy Wonka. SBF is asking why is it so much to the Pirates? I think originally there's a video out there of Paul Skeens signing this card. And if you look at the video, like he got like emotional about it. I think they originally just wanted to get it back to Skeens or like you mentioned, display it in Pittsburgh for everyone that's a fan of his. So I think originally they just wanted to get the card for themselves, knowing that it meant something to him and the franchise. But now it blew up into something completely different.
Yeah. But I mean, also good on the Pirates though too. I mean,
it's awesome.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything that they're giving you in this package, besides probably like airfare and stuff like that for like the spring training, everything else is just kind of like it's nothing to them. You know what I mean? It's all their money. But they're giving a lot. I mean, I don't know if you guys even pay attention to it, but like anytime like somebody hits one of those like home run balls or something like that, and you get the fan negotiating with the player, usually. Most of the time I'm like, that's all he got, like a signed baseball bat or, meet and greet with the player or something like that. This is like next level, man. I mean, like I said, the value on just the tickets alone, if it's the $800 tickets, is like $3.8 million. Some of that other shit, like having a softball game on the field with 30 of your friends, that's priceless. You like, unless you're absolutely rich, you can't buy that.
Dude, besides Skeens, do the Pirates even have a player that's worth $3.5 million? They've been notoriously a terrible franchise and really bad to their players. So maybe this is a step in the right direction.
He's gonna leave. He's gonna leave for free agency as soon as he first chance he gets, and then they're going to be paying the season tickets for the next 24 years.
Well, dude, this is almost like a Jerry thing where it's like they're using this as a bargaining chip when his contract is up. It's like they're trying to get this card, so instead of paying you in millions of dollars, hey, Paul Skeens, we got your rookie card. Maybe give us a hometown discount.
Yeah, but I agree with Peter. This is if you do not take their offer, this is a sell immediately thing.
Yeah, you don't sit on it. You sell it right now while the iron's hot.
You
because you can't hold on to it. You don't know
Yeah.
if the guy's going to get injured or anything like that.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
agree,
saying.
Dougie.
Like you don't even want spring training to start with that in your hand because anything could happen, and then that value plummets.
Southside Mofo says Livy don't want to live in Pittsburgh.
No, she's gonna want to go to L.A. or something.
Dodgers.
Yeah.
The she added on to the Pirates like offer. She said, if you get the card, you get to sit in my suite for a Pirates game.
With her.
Yeah. No, she's gonna be in California. You just get to sit in my suite.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a cardboard cutout of her.
Yeah, like the COVID baseball.
Yeah. It'll be a Saturday game. You can smell Friday's perfume.
I was gonna ask her, like, why are you so popular, but yet you couldn't make the Olympic team?
I mean, I think we know why she's popular.
Good Olympian.
Okay. That's all of the nonsensey stuff we have. We got a quick show today, so let's get to some bumming.
I've got
yep, you're right. Gordo's question. We got Gordo's question of the week.
Gordo's question of the week was something we were sitting on for 2 weeks because he asked last week and we ran very long because we were mad about the Bears. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we'll be quick on this. If you guys know, I mean, we're all White Sox fan. We're all on Twitter. White Sox Dave, Barstool personality. He put out there a challenge. He does these challenges for Barstool all the time. He said he could eat 30 bird's nest wings. And me and Gordo, as fans of Hooters, he hit me up and he's like, do you think any one of the bums could eat 30 wings in one sitting? The caveat was from the kickoff of a football game until halftime. So you get 2 quarters to eat 30 wings. And I thought, and I don't want to speak for White Sox Dave because he got to 26 and called it quits. So he didn't do the challenge. If I don't eat any of the sides or anything else, I think I could do 20 for sure. The next 10 are going to be a battle, but I think I could get the 30 wings. I didn't think that was like an astronomical number.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think because Hooters wings are pretty good size.
Yeah,
as well. I think Bird's Nest is smaller.
I've been to Bird's Nest a couple times. So that's where Dave fucked up. He thought Bird's Nest wings were the small wings. You know, like
I thought so too. I haven't been there in 15 years, but
wings are good size wings. I would compare them to Hooters size wings.
Okay. Yeah, maybe 12, 15 at the most for me. I think that's.
So I watched part of the thing or whatever. But is it a drum and a flat, like a full wing, or is it just a
drum and flats are separate?
Okay. Yeah, I could do 30.
Johnny?
Well, I am getting a little bit heavier, so I think I could probably do I'm probably with Jason. I think I probably could do 15. I mean, I could do 10 pretty easy. But maybe I could do 15. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't think I could do that many wings.
I think that's a good number. 30 is like the appropriate over under for just like a normal person.
Yeah.
It would be a struggle, but I think 30 is doable.
Yeah.
Should we take this experiment on the road, Dougie? Do you want to do the wing challenge?
I mean, I'd be down. I mean,
that's what Gordo said. He's like,
I think I would.
He's like, will you guys film it? I'm like,
yeah, of course. Why not? I think I would learn from Dave's mistake and order 15 and then order 15, because I do understand what he was saying about how, like, when they get cold and everything like that.
Yeah. They get rubbery,
soggy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad.
I could understand the whole texture thing of that. So as long as there's no rule like that, I have to order all 30 at one go.
So maybe you do, if it's going to be till like from first quarter to halftime, you do 15 wings in the first quarter and then 15 wings in the second quarter.
I think I would just do them 10 at a time. And as soon as you finish the 10, keep them coming. But that's where he messed up. He ordered them all. And then like half of them were super cold.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, if it's just drums and flats, I think I can do it.
We got winter's coming, my friend. So we'll get that content ready for the off season.
Yeah.
Dougie Wing Challenge, and we are gonna make it happen this year. We're talking about it for fucking 2 years. We are 100% doing Johnny versus Peter in bowling.
Oh yeah.
I forgot that was even a thing. Yes, we got to do that. Winter. That's a winter sport.
Yeah.
I
All right. Thanks for the question, Gordo. We'll film it for you, and we'll see if Dougie can do the 30 Hooters wings.
Yeah, I'm in on it too. It'll be Peter and Dougie.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now let's bump some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
All right, real quick. Yeah, our boy Jose, he came in second place in the taco eating contest last season at Jack's place. He only lost because the ringer came in and
he was a professional eater. He was literally a professional eater. He was never going to beat him.
Yeah. So yeah, we have to bring Jose on that. All right, let's get to our listener. What a bums and MVBs.
It was a short. It was a short list this week.
Yeah. Jeff Bartlett, bum. George and Virginia McCaskey for their record against the Packers since the Favre days. I'm sure Virginia's pissed. Yeah, I'm sure she's alert. Who do you think's alert more, Virginia or Jimmy Carter?
Oh my God, I think that's a great question. Yes, both of them are.
Yeah,
not with us, if you know it.
Very life alert.
Yeah.
Joey P, bum of the week. Every Chicago sports teams, you all suck. Yes, they do. MVB, Goose Island Beer Company for hosting Rare Day. Great times. Yeah. I was gonna talk about that a little bit in my bum, but we can talk about it, or my MVB, but we can talk about it now. We went to the Rare Day, and my first time there, and I think that was worth every penny that we did. Lot of extra free pours, free bourbon, good music, good carnival games, even though we didn't win. Yeah, it was good. That was a good time. Shout out to Goose Island for a great event.
You know what I didn't know? Because I saw your guys' videos and, like people were posting and you were there with Joey and Aaron and Sandy. I didn't know it was outside the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either.
Jay, you dressed like you were going to a blizzard for a 60-degree White Sox, or Bears game. Were you properly bundled for Rare Day?
I wore the exact same thing I wore at the Bears game. I had sweatpants under my jeans, and I had a hoodie. I had a thermal and a hoodie, and that was it. And I did wear a skull cap because I did freshly shave my head, so I wasn't about to, be bare ass in the wind. So, but I dressed the same as the Bears game, and I was fine. It wasn't as windy, so there was no lake effect wind chill.
Yeah,
so I was good.
I was in my absolute heaven, man. I was drinking high proof beers, some bourbons, and then I was outside so I could have a cigar in my hand the entire time. Life was good. Life was real good.
Now this is me. It's not me like yelling at you guys or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But you guys are there.
Yeah.
You couldn't pop off a little quick like ranking video? Like people go crazy for these beers. Like, do you have a top 3 or anything like that?
So we did record some videos. They're on Aaron's phone because I fucked up and I forgot to bring the microphones. But Aaron did record some videos of Dougie guessing the mystery beer that they had on there.
I like that.
The one thing I guess we didn't do properly was we didn't line them up and do a powering because there was 6 beers that we did. But apparently there's 2 missing from the portfolio for the year that they didn't have there. They had apparently they're releasing a Weller finished stout and then a Old Fitz finished stout, and they didn't even have available. So
shocking.
Yeah,
the
kind of hard to power rank when you don't have the complete portfolio.
Okay, now were you able to take those beers home as well, or no?
Yeah, so you got 4 of them in a glass, and the big one that you got to take home was the Rare from the Rare Day, which they don't do Rare Day every year. The last time they did a Rare Day, I believe, was 2015. So it doesn't they don't come around that often. And so the rare beer this year was done in King of Kentucky barrels, and we got to taste that a few times. Top notch. It was no adjuncts.
And one of my big gripes with that too is they had a Bardstown rye finished beer, which I thought was the second best one of the day, and they didn't put that in the box.
Yeah,
I thought that was a big miss.
Did you complain to the manager?
If he was around, I would have. Yes,
He was trying to find him, but
yeah.
But yeah, so you actually got one of those bottles, and that is the only way that you can get one of those bottles is if you bought the package or you went to Rare Day. So those will not be hitting the stores. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So really cool packaging, everything like that. As Jason was saying, there was this basically glory hole of beers. So
Hello.
it's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah. They set up a wall of bourbon barrels, and you walk through this line, and they had a little hole cut out like this big, and there's a guy on the other side, and he just
And what do
hands
you
you a
do?
random beer.
And you put your hand through there? Not only anything
Yeah.
else, right?
You reach in and hope you're grabbing a beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did see a little bit of that video where I was like, and I was looking at it on the train. I didn't hear any sound or anything like that. So I was looking at it on the train. I was like wondering what the fuck is going on over here. It's like you kept on looking at a tiny little hole in the barrel. I'm just like,
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you look like Winnie the Pooh trying to get some honey, you know.
Yeah. So no, that was cool. And so that one, they were constantly rotating the keg, and they wouldn't tell you what it was.
Oh, so you're just drinking mystery beer.
Just whisper mystery beer and hand you the beer.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Real fun.
Before we get to Mailman Jack, we always call it him. King S had one too. MVB Chargers social media team. I don't know what's the reference to, but shout out the Chargers for their social media team. And bum of the week is this weather.
They
it's a rainy.
They did a Home Alone video to troll on Joe Burrows because everybody's saying he looks like Macaulay Culkin.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and it was pretty good. It's like when he comes out of the house, I'm not scared of you anymore, and then he gets scared. Yeah, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, never did a glory hole. I think I got the right concepts, but I don't know what the protocols are.
Never.
Is there proper etiquette for a glory hole?
What are the see now? We need to get fine tune the X's and O's, Jay.
Yeah, like do you knock and you say hello? I am here. Do you just like put
Slide
it
a
in?
note? No, you slide a note or something.
Do you say thank you when you're done? Like thank you, sir, like or ma'am, because you don't really know what's on the other side.
It was just beer. It was just beer on the other side.
Mystery.
Mystery.
Joey P had a second bum of the week. Me, I should have known better than to pick up and start Aaron Rodgers in our matchup this week.
Yeah, I beat him. I beat him in fantasy football, the Bums Fantasy League. I beat him by 3 points. It was the last Lad McClunky reception on Sunday Night Football that put me over the top.
Nice.
So yeah.
Good job. And finally, Mailman Jack, MVB, Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp and My Sock Summer for treating me to a delicious lunch today. Those jumbo wings were tasty.
Yeah, it sounds like SPF was there too.
Okay.
He's got he's at my MVB is MSS and Lawrence and Strip for today's lunch.
Nice.
Nice. And it's bum of the week, whatever the hell that live stream was on Saturday with Netflix, the only funny thing was it cleaned up just in time to give us a. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. All right, let's get to ours. I don't have a bum this week. I'm going to go quick. My MVB is the tacos that we went from Tacombe at Califa de Leon. Fucking phenomenal. We got some video reviews that Dougie's going to upload.
They're up
to the YouTube channels.
They're up on the YouTube.
You did all four of the.
Yeah, there's 5,
awesome.
and they are they're going like wildfire right now. Each one of them is almost at 600 views. So
very cool.
The one thing I will say, and I understand you guys are drinking a bunch of high proof stouts.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were fucked up in those videos.
We also had 2 margaritas before we started eating tacos too,
and gave us a round of shots too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The bartender gave us a round of house shots. So we had two margarita pours right away, a round of shots after drinking probably like at least 10, 12 high proof stouts.
Yeah.
Because another MVP for me was the wedding couple who decided they can't drink anymore, and they gave us all of their token chips for drinks. So we all of a sudden we doubled up on. It's like we doubled down on, playing blackjack, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, we had a fat stack of chips. That was able to give us extra rounds of the rare and the proprietor and all the other good stuff. So
it was so funny. Like, we were all like trying to divide up our coins and stuff, and we're like, all right, we got to be strategic with this. Let's go try this first. Let's go try that first. And then as soon as they gave us those 2 stacks of coins, we were just like, let's do it. Everything. Let's drink everything.
Joey P, I did not once say it buzzed. I said you guys were fucking drunk.
Yeah.
The funniest thing, which I didn't realize at the time, I learned later, was after we left the tacos, I ended up driving home, and these guys all Ubered.
Bum of the week. Bum of the week. Bum of the week.
bar.
Bum of the week. Bum of the week. Bum of the week.
That wasn't that bad.
Bum of the week.
Yeah, we went to 2 more bars after that.
Yeah, they went to 2 more bars.
Yeah, but Dougie Ubered home. You could go to 5 more bars.
No, but then Dougie says that while Dougie would hit the bar, he texts everyone that he's home.
Yeah. I'm like, I text everybody. I'm like home safe, and I'm like, I look at my thing, and I'm like, damn, what time did I get home last night? I'm like, I look at the text, I'm like, oh damn, it says like home safe at like 9:30, or 10 o'clock.
As a pump fake.
And I'm like, huh. I'm like, that's weird. I go look at my Uber, and it's like 11:15 pickup.
That's not too bad. It was still the same day.
Close enough.
But yeah, the tacos were amazing. Even though you only tried it 2, they had the beef and the pork chop one, which were both phenomenal. And then we just did a round of the Tacombe tacos, which were still like some pastor, some shrimp. I think you had the birria, Dougie, like did all around good. The line wasn't that bad. They said it took us like an hour and a half, and then like while we were sitting at the bar, I think it was like 30 minutes later, they said like, oh yeah, you guys still want a table? And we're like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
So
our bartender was awesome. I was just like, hey, can we just order these tacos here? And he was like, yeah, why not? Like, just skipped an entire line. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What a night.
So that's my MVP was Khalifa de Leon. They were great stuff. And check out the videos on our YouTube if you want the food reviews.
Hell yeah.
All right, Johnny, you're up.
So I actually want to do a special happy birthday shout outs. It's actually this coming week is my daughter Avery. She's gonna turn 7 on Friday. So I'm very excited for that. Gonna throw a little party for her. And then also Sarah's birthday's 2 days before that on Wednesday. So they're both birthdays, back to back or a day after. So but yeah, I can't believe my little girl's turning 7. Time flies by so quick. So happy birthday to both of them. And then my What a Bum is a video that I saw that I want you to like to play here.
Okay.
Come on! Let's go! Fuck yeah!
I never before. I didn't hear that at the end. That was the whitest. Oh my god! At the end. Sorry.
Pickleball fights are becoming the new rave. Like it's a next biggest thing. That should have never, happened. I mean, it's not that serious for you to do something like that. And obviously the guy who got kicked was, antagonizing the other guy pretty much a lot during the game. And I guess, that was a good sportsmanship. I mean, he was just trying to shake his hand, and the way that he knocked his paddle like that. I mean, that guy's a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like, you show a little bit more sportsmanship, So I got to bum that guy for being an asshole at a pickleball game.
Yeah,
I mean-
bum them all. All of those guys are bums. You can't be excited for pickleball, even that I'm sure it was a hotly contested win. The fact that he's screaming like he's goddamn Roger Federer out there for a pickleball game, he deserves to get knocked out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, dude, if you're getting that wound up for pickleball, you probably are getting wound up for a lot of other little fucking weird shit too.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that was a sport that was like really invented for old people to get exercise. And now it's like been taken over by the youths.
The hardos.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dougie, you're up.
All right. My bum of the week is Luke Richards. I had a tweet out on Thursday that I think it's time for him to go, that I think he's losing the team. And I wanted to see how they would rebound on Saturday after a hard loss on Thursday. And he went ahead and benched Tyler Hall without even talking to him beforehand, without doing any type of, like hey, this is where we need you to improve. You can't do that to a veteran. It just shows a lack of respect for the game. It shows a lack of respect for their guys in the locker room. He didn't even realize that he was at that point where he was going to be getting benched, and he has been playing pretty bad. Okay. But just the fact that there's no communication like that, that in my eyes was the last straw for him. I like him as a person, but as far as a coach, he really needs to go. He's lost that locker room. Just like every other Chicago sports coach now.
Par for the course.
So par for the course. Yeah, my bum of the week. My MVP is all of you guys, because I want to just thank you guys for being so terrible at fantasy football that I've clinched a playoff spot already.
So,
All right,
anyways,
Peter, you're up.
yeah. So, what else is going on?
All right, Peter, take us home.
All right, so
it feels so good clinching the playoffs this early.
What I tell you,
it's congratulations to Dougie. We're gonna need. You can kick him out all you want, Jason, but we're gonna need him to beat Gordo and Drew Bogues and everyone else, because your whole idea is beat the bums, and he might be the only one in the playoffs. So.
That's a good point. All right, Dougie, we're all behind. I should have traded you a couple guys to boost your roster.
Yeah. Who do you want from my roster? We'll build you up like a dream team.
Hey, I saved all of my money, so I've got all $100, so we can start dropping people. Just let me know. But yes.
All right, before Peter goes, for Missy, missed a lot of Bears talk tonight, but I'm sure me and Johnny already hashed those convos out. Love you too, Missy. Yes. Whatever Johnny talked about, we talked about. A lot of bad.
It's just all anger. He's a loser. He's a, he's a soft.
Eberflus, not Johnny.
Yellow belly coward. Yeah, Eberflus, of course. Not Johnny. All right, quick MVB. So I had a tweet out there. I was busy, maybe late to the pre-show meeting because the United States men's national team was playing against Jamaica, and I had to tweet out there. I said, "This roster is good. This game should be 3-0 before halftime." It was 3-0 before halftime. And a Twitter follower of mine at Jonda, JONDAAA_, he says, "I can't lie. I don't know dirt about soccer, but saw your tweet and hit this. I owe you a beer."
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
He put $50 on the over of 2.5 goals by the United States. The payout was $152. He cashed that bet before halftime. So,
wow.
Hell yeah.
He's putting money on the United States men's national team because I had a stupid tweet about the BumCast. So,
See, I'm telling you, man, degenerates are the best people in the world, man. They just take a random tweet and they're like, "I'm running with it.
I'm putting money on it." Yeah, hell yeah. And they played good tonight. I only caught the first half, but they were rolling. So that's my MVP, both the soccer team and Jonda. And then my bum of the week, I have two. We're getting to the end of the season. We talked about it. We did it last year. We are, building our bums of the year for our tournament. You know, we all pick 16 bums of the year. We do the bracket style tournament. And then at the end, there's only one bum. So I need to start padding my schedule. It's almost like college football where you got to just like start padding your schedule so it looks good on the graphic and it looks good for the voters. Mayor Brandon Johnson, Chicago's mayor, bum of the week. All these press conferences are just one is worse than the other. I think that's going to look good on the graphic. So Brandon Johnson, my first bum, but my real bum.
I just want to say, one of those press conferences is going to turn into a brawl one of these days.
The fact that like now you got like citizens at those meetings and they're just fucking, it's almost like a roast at this point. They're just roasting them at each meeting. I love it. It's awesome. But my real bum is ComEd. If you guys are incessantly online like I am, especially over, COVID and all this stuff, you guys know of Sherman Dilla Thomas. He goes by Dilla online, but he's a TikTok historian. He's a Chicago historian. He does, TikToks and videos on the history of Chicago, the streets, the people, everything. And he's a really good follow. He had a ComEd job. He started off in 2011 from a meter reader, and he moved all his way up to an area operator. He was part of the union. He was making $120K per year. He worked the 10 to 6 a.m. shift because he's got 7 kids. So he worked the overnight shift, then comes home, gets everyone ready for school, and still built a huge following on TikTok and YouTube and everything else. ComEd got a hold of this, saw his following, and really started liking everything he was doing because it was good for the city. It was a good look for them. So they offered him a part-time job as a manager so he could build his, TikTok and stuff. He wanted assurances that, he had a pension, he was in the union, all this stuff. The owner of ComEd, and his name is Gil Quinones, assured him, of course not. Why would we, fire our TikTok star? Well, 6 months ago, they fired 70 employees and he was one of them. So he lost his job. Granted, now he's doing like tours for the city and he's building up his own business. But you can't, once you have that pension, you're in the union, you got your, set salary, you got those kids. Just a terrible look for ComEd. And it's a little peek behind the curtain. We've done work for ComEd with my company. Everyone that works for ComEd, like the people on the streets, the people doing awesome. We've met a bunch of people. I know a lot of them doing like some work. Awesome. But the people in management and higher ups, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Shockingly, right? A big company in Chicago don't know what the hell they're doing. And that's just a bad look. So, we could bump ComEd for a lot of different reasons. But dude, Dilla is one of a great feel-good story in Chicago, and you fucking fire him.
That's crazy.
Damn. Fuck. All right. Oh, that is our show for tonight. But before we go, I want to say real big thank you to everyone who got us to 1,000 subs on YouTube. We are officially 1K now on the tubes. And I'm sorry, I'm going to start putting ads on there for our videos now. I want some more money on there, so get ready for some ads on our videos. But we finally did it. We got 1,000 subscribers. We reached all our goals. So now we can start monetizing properly and maybe put some more money for Whiskey at Comiskey this year. So
get ready.
But thank you to everyone.
I was going to say, get ready for those 17-cent paychecks.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, whatever it takes, right? So, but thank you to everyone who likes, who subscribed, who shared, who tried to promote getting us to 1,000. We really appreciate it. And everyone who obviously watched our videos, watched our Bourbon Bums videos. We really, really appreciate it. Bourbon Bums, the happy hours, the BumCast, the shorts, everything. So thanks, guys. We're gonna keep on building from there. And here's on our way to 2K. So Bums 2K is next. So with that, that's our show. We'll be back next Monday, hopefully for a Bears Victory Monday. Until then, everybody stay safe out there. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Yeah.